What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally X and Z1 Extreme gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we are going to try out Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Now, the Steam Deck had verified badge, which gave me hope, but as soon as I got out of the sewers, my hopes and dreams were shattered. I mean, some people would find it playable, but I don't know, it was dropping way too many frames for me to have ever said if I was in Steam or whoever does that, I would have never given it a verified badge. That's just me. So, these things are a little bit more powerful, but when you try to do 1080p and higher settings, it'll probably end up at 1080p high, giving us a similar result. 900p medium might be playable, although I have a feeling it'll still drop under 30 at times. 720p low might be the way to go. Now, I have a feeling we're gonna have to rely on upscaling no matter what, but we shall see once we get in there. So I'm gonna hop in, we're gonna take a quick look at the settings, and we will of course always start with the older models first, so we'll do the Z1 Extreme, and then move on to the Ally X. So let's stop blabbing, and let's get started.
Well, alright, it looks like we did get a warning. It says, sorry, your system doesn't meet the minimum requirements. They want you to have 16 gigs. I only have 10 because I'm using 6 of it for whatchamacallit, the GPU. And I'm sure Windows is taking up some too, so it's saying we don't have enough. But at least it'll let you still launch, supposedly. So we're still going to try it, but we're probably going to get pretty subpar performance. But hey, let's hop in and let's find out. So now we're going to do 1080p first, which with not enough RAM and all that stuff, probably a bad idea, but this is what we always do. So we'll start off with that. We're not going to use any hardware ray tracing. Don't think it would go well. Anyway, though, let's get ourselves into the game, shall we?
Was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Don't try anything. I'm watching you.
Stand aside, prisoner.
Close up left. Protect the Emperor.
All right, 900p medium settings. All right. And with that, let's go see what medium does for us.
Look out!
Now, last up, 720p. And then we'll get to the camera recorded gameplay after this. But this is probably your best chance for getting the most playable FPS, although it isn't going to look all that great. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to get playable FPS if you want to get as close as you can to 60 anyway. Well, in this case, mostly we just want 30 plus, but hey, let's get into the game and let's see what it's willing to do.
I'm Brother Joffrey. What do you want? This cannot... By the... Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the... As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only the strange destiny of Uriel Septim could have brought you to me, His meaning is unclear to me as well. The Emperor seemed to perceive some threat. The Prince of Destruction, Mehrunes Dagon, is one, but the mortal world is protected from the I'm not sure. Only the Emperors truly understand the Amulet of Kings is ancient. When an Emperor is crowned, he uses the amulet to light with the Emperor dead and no... It may be that the dragonfires protected us. I am one of the few who know of... One night, Uriel called me into his private chambers. A baby boy lay sleeping in a... He never told me anything else about the baby, but now it seems that this illegitimate son is the... His name is Martin. He serves Akatosh. You must go to Kvatch and find him at once. And please, let me know... I keep a few things here in my chest.
Now we're going to do the whole thing over again on the X model here, and this thing did not have a warning label that came up at the beginning of the game, but it does have 24 gigs of RAM, which should still give you more than 16, even if you use 8 for your VRAM. So we should be good, but most of the time, it doesn't give you a huge uptick in performance. We're looking at 3 to 5 FPS more than the other one, usually. So... Even with an FPS counter up, it's hard to tell the difference between the two, I guess that's what I'm saying. Unless you're VRAM starved.
Ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Keep quiet and stay out of the way.
Close up left.
Now 900p medium settings. Now we still have FSR on, so it's not really 900p, but I figured without it, we'd probably get terrible FPS, but who knows? Maybe without FSR, we'd get like the same FPS, because it's so CPU bottlenecked or something like that. Still should have tested it, I guess. But when things default to having that on, I pretty much go, oh, so that means it's gonna be trash without it, you know? Anyway, to the game.
Don't feel bad. No one lives forever.
Now 720p. And all right, I'd say that's plenty. Why don't we go ahead and hop into the game?
I'm Brother Joffrey. What do you want? This cannot be. No one but the Emperor is permitted to handle the... By the Nine! This is the amulet. Who are you? How did you get this? As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only... The Prince of Destruction he referred to is none other than Mehrunes Dagon, one of the lords of the demonic world of Oblivion. The Emperor... But all the scholars agree that the mortal world is protected from the Daedra of... I'm not sure. Only the Emperors truly understand the meaning behind it. The Amulet of Kings is ancient. Saint Ali... When an Emperor is crowned, he uses the... With the Emperor dead and no new heir, it may be that the Dragonfires protect... I am one of the few who know of his existence. Many years ago, I served as captain of Uriel's bodyguard. One night, Uriel called me into his private chambers. He never told me anything else about the baby, but I knew it. Now, it seems that this illegitimate son is the heir to the Septims. His name is Martin. He serves Akatosh in the chapel in the city of Kvatch. So you must go to Kvatch and find him at once. If the enemy is aware of his existence, and please, let me know if there's anything you need. I keep a few things here in my chest to resupply traveling blades. Help your...
Now let's get some camera recorded gameplay here. Wish we could get these kind of FPS and frame times outside, that'd be awesome. But once we go outside, I mean, unless it was something to do with the capture computer, it wasn't doing very good. Uh-oh. Okay, we didn't crash. I thought we were crashing. But yeah, they did say at the very beginning, you might have not a great time since you don't have enough RAM. Alright, where are we going? We're going south. So it's still better than the Steam Decks, but it still has its fair share of stutters and frame drops. And it does drop, like I said, under 30 sometimes too. But this is Unreal Engine, so I was expecting it to not be the most playable on here. I'm sure some people, just like with the Steam Deck, would say this is fine for them. Again, just like on the Steam Deck, I wouldn't have much more fun on this. But it's still way more playable. Ooh, I almost killed myself there. Let's use a potion. Or wait. All your pelts belong to me. Probably shouldn't walk into town with a bloody dagger. I don't think they actually give a shit about that, but let's not push our luck.
I'm interested to see how the Ally X handles it. It'll still probably be very similar, but it does have more RAM and VRAM, so... Or I should say more VRAM because it has more RAM. That one I can have at 8. And it should still be over 16 gigs, or right at the 16 gigs. Excuse me? Alright. Oh. Is that a bear? But I don't want to fight the bears. Well, at least it was just a cub. Although if the mama saw me do that, I don't think she'd be all too kind. She'd probably come and kill me. I defended myself though. See, even this thing drops down into the 16s every once in a while, but it warned me if we were not going to have a good time. I'm surprised it hasn't crashed or anything yet. And who knows, that might happen if you play for even longer than I did, but I've been playing this for quite a while. I had to stop for a little bit to go charge the battery on this thing. That's the problem with this. A 40-watt battery, when you have it being unrestricted, it doesn't give you very much time to play. think on this, I think on these handhelds, at least the ones that exist right now, I think the best thing to play it on is probably just going and playing the old school version of Oblivion with some mods. Wrong button. You want inventory, but nope, one more over. Alright, are there any more of them out here?
What's it like out there? We were beginning to fear we were the only survivors. Brother Martin? Yes, he's right over there. He led a group of us here during the confusion of the attack. Good day.
Alright, and I think with that, we can go move on to the Ally X. Alright, now for some camera recorded gameplay on the Ally X. And it didn't really seem like the extra RAM and all that stuff is really helping it out that much. It still seems to be kind of dropping frames and not really being the most playable thing. It's slightly better than the Steam Decks, yes, but still not exactly what I would consider very playable. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that still could play like this.
Greetings.
Well, greetings indeed. Well, at least out here it's getting pretty playable FPS. The frame times are garbage, but FPS-wise, we're alright. But what will it be like when we get over to this place I'm supposed to go? It's all Oblivion negated. Alright, well this thing might have a lot fewer drops under 30 than the other one did. What? I don't have enough magic gun? Oh well, it'll replenish. I was getting chased by something again. Alright, there's still another big old drop. I think we were getting more of them on the other one. It's probably running and trying to figure out what it wanted to do. It's like, man, I wish I had more RAM, but I need VRAM. Kept going back and forth and just gave us subpar performance. This isn't much better, but I'd still say it's doing slightly better.
And I think with that, we can go ahead and wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered on the Ally X and Z1 Extreme. Almost like I'm doing the Steam Deck video here. But unfortunately, the performance was kind of subpar here too. It was a little more playable and stayed above 30 a lot more, but still had some random dips just while walking around. And that's on low 720p. It should be able to handle that. Actually, no, it was with FSR, so it could even do, you know, you could probably turn it down to like ultra performance FSR, but then it would look like dog shit. Already doesn't look great with FSR. I noticed it was having a bunch of those, what do you call it, like trails, kind of like what DLSS used to do. But still, I think it needed that. Otherwise, we definitely wouldn't stay above 30. I probably should have tested it, but I just figured, no, it ain't gonna do very good without it. It pretty much wants it on. It's one of those games that starts defaulted with upscaling on. So I don't think too many of my computers are gonna be able to play this native. I think almost everything will need some help from upscaling, but we will see. On the more powerful stuff, we'll start testing native as well. But for the Firebat, Ally, Steam Decks, I figured what I did was probably best. But in any case, why don't we go ahead and wrap this up so I can go see what the Firebat does. So the Firebat's probably gonna tell me, nope, you can't even play. You only have 4 gigs of VRAM. We need at least 6 or something like that. But we shall see. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video though, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.